Hey, it's Carrie Flatla here at Remax Real Estate Lethbridge and carrieflatla.com for Tuesday, March 31st, COVID-19 and small business and real estate updates. So what is going on? I will always mark March 12th, 2020 in my calendar. That was really the day for me, Thursday the 12th before Friday the 13th, that I really felt the Titanic start to shift, if you will, and the ground under us start to move, and everything just started to shift right under our feet. So, it's only been 2.5, 3 weeks since that time, but a lot of people are joking on Facebook now that, March 2020 is the longest month of their life. So, is it March 67th yet? Or like, when is spring coming? People want to see some light at the end of the tunnel. And I think it's clear now, as we're weeks into this pandemic, at least insofar as it's becoming a thing and it's shutting down the economy and our day-to-day lives as we know them here in Alberta. We're looking at months here in terms of coping with this, adjusting, getting through it, getting through the worst part, and we don't know when this will start to subside. I think the worst of it is still maybe yet to come. So how do we get, now that we're having these conversations and we're accepting what's happening, how do we adjust in our day-to-day as business owners, as realtors, trying to, as just private citizens trying to manage with our family and our everyday life? I've been talking to a lot of past clients. We're seeing job layoffs now across industries in Lethbridge as businesses rapidly try to mitigate harm to their business. And here's what I and my team are starting to adopt as a mindset that I think is really helpful, and it really has started to click today, and I wanted to share it with you in case it helps. So we have to look at this as a marathon, not a race. And that's really hard to do because we are in a society of instant gratification. We want that dopamine hit when we post our social media picture. We want results right now. I make this effort and I want a result right now, and I want to feel good from it right now. And a big, big, important lesson for us to learn as we work through COVID-19 is, what can we do that will make a difference in the long run? So, for example, as a realtor, I have talked to top teams from across Alberta. I have relationships with very connected folks in real estate out in Ontario, Toronto, and the GTA. Showing activity in real estate has dropped off significantly in the last 2 weeks. Significantly. Are people still buying homes? Yes. Are people still listing and selling homes? Yes. But everything is slower. It's taking longer for financing. It's harder to find the service providers we need to do the things we need them to do because there's all of these extra precautions. Showing a house is a bigger ordeal. Like, everything is just taking longer. Okay? So how do we work with that? How do we adjust to that and stay productive? So as a realtor, I still have a business in 3 months, 6 months, or however long this lasts. And here's the approach. Slow and steady wins the race. And then here's my focus. Slow, strong, and small. So what do I mean by that? Slow, meaning we have to look way out into the horizon. The things I'm doing today, how will they affect who Carrie Flatla is and what her business is like months from now? And that's hard. That's a hard adjustment for a lot of people, right? I mean, we always know inherently as entrepreneurs that everything's building. Everything we do today will build for our success tomorrow and a year from now and 5 years from now, right? But now we have to really live that every day, because the things that we do every day right now, we may not see a result for months. We don't know. A house will take longer than normal to sell. It's going to take longer to move clients through the pipeline. People are cautious, they're worried, they're anxious, they might have got laid off, they don't know what's happening with their job. The banks are taking longer on everything. So slow, slow, slow. And that's okay. And in fact, I would say for society in general, living slow is probably a lesson we all need to learn. And then number 2, strong. Slow, strong, and small. So strong. So you do the things that have a big impact, and you hold on to the relationships that are strong. You hold on to the values and principles that are strong. You look for strength, and then that's what you structure your mindset and your day around. When a client's asking me for advice right now, I'm going to be strong in how I give them advice and how I guide them, because they're looking for strength. They are looking for answers, and they're looking for honesty. So that requires strength on my part, because it's not always easy to tell people something that's disappointing, but we have to do that. We have to be strong. So look for your strengths and build on that. And then small. So slow, strong, and small. So small means right now in business, for sure, the small things are what will make the biggest impact on people and will make the biggest difference in your success over the long run. So, a good example is my teammate Carmen and I were staging a house today, or staging a condo, I should say. And, we're thinking, okay, is this going to make a difference, right? Is this going to make a difference? Because everything is so slow in the economy, in real estate. Is this going to make a difference? Yes. Yes, it will. It's not a silver bullet, but the hours and hours we spend staging that property when nobody's watching, it matters, because the property's just going to look that much better. Are the little details going to matter when we get a house ready for the market now? Yeah, I think it does matter. So we have to focus on the things we can control, and obviously, often it is the smaller things that we can control. When I phoned a client yesterday, a past client, they are not doing active business with me right now. I just genuinely was wondering about them, because they have a young family and they bought a home last year and sold a home. And I phoned, and again, small, it's a small thing. I just picked up the phone. How are you? I'm checking in. They both are out of a job. One got laid off. One had to shut down her business, and her dad got laid off, the grandpa. I can't fix that for them, but I can listen, and I can hear how that feels for them and how they're getting through it, and ask if there's anything I can do. That's a small, small thing to make a phone call. It doesn't cost money. It's not a gift, but it's a small gesture, and it made them feel supported, and it had a big impact on how they felt yesterday. So slow, strong, and small. This is a marathon, not a race. And these slow, strong, and small things that we do every day will start adding up and adding up and adding up and adding up until we build this incredibly strong foundation for whatever our life looks like in the new normal 3, 6, 12 months from now. That is all we can do, right? Rome wasn't built in a day, and we're building Rome right now, because it's all going to be different. The pandemic won't just suddenly end and everything will just be normal again. The world is going to change. So try to think about that instead of feeling, it's so easy to feel so overwhelmed when you wake up in the morning and you just think, oh, how am I going to get through this? There's just so much to get through. There's so much ahead of us, right? We don't even know if we're flattening the curve yet. Maybe the worst of it is probably still to come. How are we going to get through this? You can't think about that because you can't control it. but you can look at things over the very long run. Take your time, focus on your strengths, hold on to the strength in other people, and do the small things that will matter over the long run, because it's usually the small things that make the biggest difference in your life and in the people that you touch. So stay strong, stay humble. This is a marathon and we're all in it together, and I will see you for the next update. Take care, hug your loved ones if you're safe to do so, and appreciate the small things tonight. See you next time.